Hello everyone, so I'm just in the middle of studying out this bungalow. There's a lot of work here, and my Paslode gas nailer has started to play up. Now I know a lot of people, these are Marmite, you either love them or you hate them. I absolutely love them because they're lightweight and easy to use all day. The downside is obviously they do need a bit of maintenance. I've obviously taken my half the ball on this one. I've probably put miles more nails through it than I realised. It started to misfire a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just a real quick down and dirty on-site sort of rough clean to get me back running again, because it's not close enough to the end of the day to call it a day. I've got just a can of brake cleaner here, and I've got a little bottle of oil that comes with the gun. So what I'm going to do is just quickly strip it down, blast the worst of it out with that brake cleaner, re-lube it, put it all back together and get going. Obviously make sure gas is out, batteries out, nails out. Right, first things first, we're going to take the nose off. You can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. I'm going to take the nose off first. I think we should be able to leave that on. I know all you battery nailer guys will be laughing at me, thinking, oh, I put 100 nails in by the time you messed about doing that. But as I said, really like these guns. This is quite an old one. I haven't had any problems other than just routine maintenance. Right, that's the nose undone. Undo the 4, can we see that? Undo the 4 on the back. Right, top cap off. Now what we've got to do, if you can see that, is just gently pull the nose up. We don't want to go mad here because we don't want to damage these fins. So that's got the whole thing disassembled. Let's have a look in there. It's pretty gunky, not a disaster. So what I'm going to do to start with, push that piston down a little bit, get my spray and just spray some in there. And this is really good because it comes out quite fast, so it blasts a lot of it with it. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not got the light in the best place, but it's getting all that gunk out. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking much better. And around on the head here, see how just getting around where this ring is. It's got the old style actual O-ring in it, so just get him around there, get a bit on the fan. That's looking better already. Yeah, you can see it, just not a disaster, but maybe just enough to cause it problems. Get a bit down in where the gas goes through the gas port there. Make sure that's all nice and clear. Yep, pretty happy with that. Now the beauty with this stuff is, obviously it's a degreaser, but it evaporates really, really quickly, so that doesn't take many minutes for that to all be evaporated out. So yeah, that's looking good so far, so I'll just leave that a minute. What I'm going to do, while this drive pin here, I think we can see, so we've got this drive pin here, pushes up and down. What I'm going to do is just lube, put a little bit of this lube either side of that. It just helps that, if you can see that, yeah. Just not go mad, just put a little bit in there. And then what I'm now going to do is go to the inside of the chamber there. I'm just going to drop some oil in. You don't need too much. Don't probably can see that on the video too much. So I put a bit down inside the bore there, and what I'm going to do is get a bit round the top here where the O-ring seats. So just blast that round there. Just in my little finger. It's much cleaner than it was. So that's that bit done. Now what I'm going to do up around the O-ring here is just put plenty of, not plenty, sorry, I'm just going to put some oil on that as well, look. And just make sure that that's well lubricated, because what you've got to be careful of with these ones that have got the actual O-ring in is when you put them back together, it can, you can just see there, maybe see, it can, there's some slack on the O-ring and it can pinch it. So you have to be careful when you put it back together. Right, so I'm pretty happy that's fairly well lubed up there, fairly well lubed up in here. So now what I'm going to do is just gently push the fan unit in the top back onto the body. Again, have to be really, really careful with that O-ring. Try and do this in between my legs, you might not be able to see. And then just pop it down, activate the spring. Okay, let's do these front head bolts up. So that we can, I don't know if I'm still there, I haven't got the camera in the best place, I don't suppose. One. Just make sure they're nipped up. Okay, that's that. Now, as I said, just make sure that that pushes up. So we know that O-ring's going in right. If you can just see in there, you can see that. You know that O-ring's going in right because these little sort of pins here, they're like a guide that guide it in. So happy with that. Put the top cap, I haven't cleared the filter out, it's not too bad. Put the top cap back on, put those screws in. Right. Obviously, I'm going to fire it, but we need to make sure that you give it plenty of time for this, because this is obviously explosive or flammable, so make sure you give plenty of time for that to evaporate away and before you put it together. You don't want it to go a big bang. Just check those. Right, lovely. Okay, put my top back on my oil. What have we got here? Right. We go. Battery in. Nails in. I'll just get the gas, which is over here. Right, let's stick the gas in here. I wouldn't normally be as chaotic and dirty as this, but I thought it might just be worth doing a little film, a little camera. Right. Let's get a bit of wood here. Let's see if that's made me better. This was misfiring really badly, so got some 63mm nails in here. Let's see what's happened here. First one, dirty. Yes, there we go. So, we're back. We're back in the game. I don't know what the time is, but I don't know what that's like, 5 or 6 minutes, and that's got that done rolling again. So it doesn't, as you can see there, it doesn't actually have to be that dirty before it starts messing about. And actually, that's my fault. I'm normally much more strict with my maintenance on these, but lesson learned. Keep an eye on the amount of nails you put through and maintain it accordingly. There you go. Better get back to it.